Hey, what's going on, YouTube? Welcome to episode 2 of Crypto Courage. I'm Evan, and today we're going to be talking about Litecoin and how it's the right coin, to quote Bix Weir. Hope everyone's doing well today. I don't have the greatest understanding of all the technical aspects of cryptocurrency, but I am passionate about it, and I think it's going to be revolutionary and change the world for the better, and that's why I'm out here talking about it. So if you're already into cryptocurrency, you're probably not going to learn anything new today, but I'm trying to reach new people. So Litecoin, like Bitcoin, is a decentralized, open source electronic money, and it uses blockchain technology. It's like Bitcoin in many ways because it shares the same code. Charlie took Bitcoin's code to create Litecoin. He tweaked it a little bit. Now, I don't know fully understand all the technical stuff, but I'm just going to run through some of the differences between Bitcoin and Litecoin. Pretty much just like Bitcoin, it has a halving every 4 years, so meaning the mining reward gets cut in half every 4 years. So both Bitcoin and Litecoin have that schedule, and we can calculate the exact date the last Bitcoin and the last Litecoin will be mined, and there's some great videos on that. I'll link one of them in the description. So Charlie Lee took Bitcoin's code, tweaked it a little bit, and came out with its own coin, its own blockchain. So it's not like a fork like Bitcoin Cash, but it shares the same code. But Charlie made some changes to it. For example, it has 84 million Litecoin will be created instead of 21 million. Going with that silver and gold analogy, there's more silver than there is gold, at least in the Earth's crust anyway. I personally think there's less silver than there is gold above ground, but that's a different video. So there's 84 million. That was one of the changes. The block time is 2.5 minutes instead of 10 minutes. And the algorithm is script instead of SHA-256. And what else? It has implemented segregated witness. And it, like Bitcoin, will be running on the Lightning network, and with atomic swaps, you'll just be able to trade the two. So yeah, that's Bix Weir has a good video about Litecoin and Bitcoin are now equals. Check it out. I'll put a link in the description to that one. So Charlie Lee noticed early on that there's a need for more coins than just Bitcoin, and he created Litecoin to be the silver to Bitcoin's gold. But he saw a need for a complementary coin, and that's what he came up with, was Litecoin. And so you won't hear Charlie saying Litecoin's the new Bitcoin, because he made it to exist alongside Bitcoin. And I think Bix is right when you say you got to start with the people. When you look at anything, whether it's a stock, a cryptocurrency, anything, you want to start with the people, and are they good people? And Charlie Lee, to me, seems like a genuine dude, and his track record is amazing. So he worked at Google for over a decade, and then he worked at Coinbase from 2013 to 2017. So yeah, definitely a capable, very capable individual, and he invented Litecoin. And he also used to trade gold and silver, so that's why Charlie understood. He had the technical knowledge to understand it, and the proper view of money to understand what Bitcoin was doing and or trying to do at the time. And he got involved with Bitcoin early on and created Litecoin early on back in, was it 2011? All right, just a little bit more about Charlie Lee. Charlie gets ridiculed a lot for selling his, or heckled a lot for selling his Litecoin, and I think he made the right decision in that he did it because he cares about the future of Litecoin, and so he explains it in his keynote speech. Definitely check it out. I'll also link that in the description. All right, let's talk about Charlie Lee and how he wishes he would have stayed anonymous like Satoshi. And this is actually one of the points the Bitcoin maximalists bring up. There's no central figure with Bitcoin, and that is better. It could be revealed Satoshi's identity. It could come out who Satoshi is. That's not entirely impossible. So, like I was saying, it could come out that, for example, now this is a hypothetical. I don't believe Craig Wright is Satoshi, but just for the sake of a hypothetical, what if he was? What would that mean for the price of Bitcoin? What would happen to Bitcoin if Craig Wright did move some Satoshis and was able to prove that he was Satoshi, and that everyone then accepted that he was Satoshi? What would that do to the price of Bitcoin, and what would that mean for Bitcoin? I don't know. And so, anyway, that's just something to think about. I think there is some advantages to a Satoshi being anonymous, and I can see where Charlie's coming from on that. So, and where the Bitcoin maximalists are coming from on that. So, yeah, maybe it would be better if he was anonymous, but hey, it is what he is, and he's a stand-up dude, and he sold all his Litecoin, which was the right thing to do, and I think it's great that we know who Charlie is. There's probably some advantages to that. And yeah, Litecoin's time tested. It's stood the test of time, has been resilient, and next to Bitcoin is the most secure, is the next most secure, I believe. Comment down below if I'm wrong. Some other things about Litecoin: it's on every exchange, including Gemini. It has a very active community, very passionate community, and it's now Bix Weir has a great video on this too, where it's more than this, but the Bitcoin maximalists do have a point that it is a test net for Bitcoin. We can test things out, try things out. I mean, that's like the most the Bitcoin maximalists give Litecoin is, oh, we can test things out on it, which that is true. So, and I think even Charlie would admit that, that it's good that we can try things out on Litecoin first. And I mean, Charlie persuaded the core developers to implement SegWit. so they could be on Lightning. And some of these people continue to say Litecoin has no use case. They might be right. There's a good video, I'll link it, with Vays, playing devil's advocate, pretending to support Litecoin, and he actually does a great job defending Litecoin, and it's a great interview. He pretty much explains exactly what is going to happen and what's kind of already happening. So pretty funny that he admits it all, playing devil's advocate. So he doesn't really believe that's what's going to happen, and he says he thinks there's a small chance of that happening, but I think that's what's going to happen. A couple other videos to check out: the Polk interview, Unchained podcast interview, Bix Weir's most recent interview, and yeah, that keynote speech. If you watch all those, you'll have a really good understanding of Litecoin and its origins and all that. So just wanted to shout out those videos. I'll link them down below. They're very educational. The best interviews I can find with Charlie. Shout out to John Kim. Check out his video, Cold Hard Facts About Litecoin. That's a great video. Bix Weir has some great videos on Litecoin. I'll link some of those below. Bitcoin Cash versus Litecoin. Just check out the debate between Roger and Charlie and make up your own mind. I thought that discussion was really cool. I can't wait to see who wins the debate. Check out the debate. It's in the link below. I agree with Bix, man. I think Litecoin should be one-fourth the price of Bitcoin because of that 84 million. If anything, Bix is right that it should be more valuable because it has the use case that Roger Ver talks so much about. That's in the white title of the Satoshi white paper. It's a peer-to-peer electronic cash, and it's the coin that's going to fulfill that the most. And Roger's going to be wearing a Litecoin shirt soon, if he's true to his word. I think Charlie's right that we can't scale on-chain like Bitcoin Cash says, the Bitcoin Cash proponents say, and that the second layer solutions is the way to go, but I could be wrong. So yeah, Litecoin though will be more of they'll both be a store of value and they'll both be a means of exchange. Like they'll both be both. Silver is a store of value. It's a great store of value. Maybe gold is a little bit better store of value, sure. Just like Bitcoin might be a better store of value than Litecoin, but silver is a better means of exchange and currency. That's why silver was used as money more times, more places throughout history than gold. And Litecoin is going to be used as money more times and more places and going forward. So Litecoin is going to be primarily a means of exchange, but it'll also be a good store of value. And Bitcoin will be a good medium of exchange, but it'll be an even better store of value. So people will want to hold on to their Bitcoin, and before they spend their Bitcoin, they'd rather spend their Litecoin. And Charlie's big focus is adoption. He's just working on adoption, and they got the new Litecoin debit cards coming out. That's super exciting. Speaking of silver and Litecoin, woo! Go to LionsBullsAndBears.com if you want to get one of those. Oh man, I think maybe we covered it all. I think Litecoin is come a long way and is doing big things, and that's going to be a preferred medium of exchange for people to use. That's what everyone's going to be using here in short time, with or without a banking collapse. I think it could happen quicker than people expect, because if it's a better thing, why not use it? And people will. So we just got to get, like Bitcoin Ben was saying, we got to just get everybody out there. We got to tell everybody. And that's why I'm starting this channel. You know, even though I'm not the biggest expert in cryptocurrency or some of these topics that I discuss, I'm still passionate about them, and I know enough to just sit here and talk about it a little bit. So I just want to spread the message. I think Bix Weir is right. Litecoin will be used as a medium of exchange when the banking system collapses. I think it'll happen whether the banking collapse happens or not. It's just going to happen faster if the banks collapse sooner. I think he's absolutely right about that. And that the good guys are pushing for Litecoin. The bad guys are pushing for Libra. Excuse me, let me get this in the can.